Moving your fitness business online in 2023, I think it's going to be easier than it has ever been before. I think we're in a time where being skilled at being a personal trainer, being able to build a community and actually being good at what you do is going to be an advantage over who's the best marketer. I think for the first time since the online movement has been around, I think it's the first time where actually being really good at what you do is going to be better than just who can market the best. I think creating a community of people who want to work with you for the long term is going to be more beneficial than just like how many leads can I generate each month, each week. Now don't get me wrong, we still need to be able to create good content, we need to be able to add value to people, we need to be able to convert people into paying clients, and in this video what I want to do is show you how to actually do that. So let's have a look right here. Okay, so starting out here, we have to follow a couple of key principles because certain things just won't change no matter what. But if you are a trainer and you don't know how to do this, just follow this process and I'll go through the whole thing here now. So when we look at this, this is the process that has to be followed no matter where you are in your business. You have to either have followed this or are following this, right? So if you're at the 2K per month, then we still have to go in the same direction. We have to get our offer hypothesis, build out content, get our first 5 or so clients, then build out a product. Once we've dialed that in, then we can kind of move up and go, okay, well now I'm along here and I can build going this way. Far too often coaches and trainers are still trying to skip steps, skip the process, have no clients, try to build like this. Outsource, build a hero product. Hero product meaning get something done with automation. Not the right step. We have to follow the process. So as we go through here, we have to make sure that these things are aligned. I'll add a link to this video as well where I go over this process here in more detail, but for this sake I want to go through the whole process, so I want to just keep things moving. So we have a look at this, we can go, okay, we need a person here with a problem. So problem meaning they have tried to lose weight in the past, they've been going to the gym, they don't know how, they haven't been getting results and they are stuck. And this is where you come in. You are a trainer who knows how to help this person. So there's only a couple of things. If you don't know how to help a certain person, you can either get the skills to help this person or they're not for you. There's not really much in the middle there. So that means like if you've been doing bodybuilding for the last 20 years, that's who you've been working with and that's who you enjoy working with, and somebody comes in and wants to run their fastest ever marathon, then potentially they're not the right fit. Pretty obvious setup, just if they're not the right fit, they're not the right fit. It's all cool. Then the other thing is they also have to make sure that this person has and is willing to put the money into this problem. If you're curing cancer, there's going to be money put in there. If you're helping somebody lose 1 pound a year, the chances are they're not going to put money in it. So we have to go a person with the problem, making sure that they have the money and we're willing to put the money in to actually achieving it. Okay, now this is the model that I think is going to be the best model moving into 2023, and it's simply like this. We're still going to need a traffic source, which can be a combination, in my opinion, of organic, meaning give heaps of value. I think whoever gives the best and the most value is going to do the best over time because people are starting to see through lots of just marketing gimmicks. So making sure that you can actually give high quality content, and then also running paid ads just because it's slow. Often, if you're not real good at doing organic, you can speed up the process, but also running ads. But if you've got the combination, then if either one of them is going better or worse than the other at certain times, you've got lead flow. If you've got lead flow, you can grow your business. So we get a traffic source sorted, and then we create a community. This is how we create reoccurring models that people are paying us for the long term. We can continually help them and help them improve their health and well-being. They get surrounded by others who are also trying to achieve these goals. And if you can create a community that's like this, if you create a community that's like this, then what we can do is we can create different coaching programs and models inside of it as well, like this. So we can just create different programs. Then what we can do is we can have inside that community, we can have a community in there as well where you can just continually add value to these people. If you're wanting to do like live calls, Q&A calls, trainings and stuff, you can just put them in there. This will sync to their diaries. You can also just have leaderboards as well where people are participating and going through there as well. But the main thing we're talking about here is just like you're able to build out like training plans, training modules inside that community as well. And I think that's where a lot of the value will be at the moment. So if we come back to this, so if we come back to the iPad here and have a look, so, okay, so we've got, like we just talked about, traffic. We need traffic to be coming in. We need a community to keep our longevity. And then what we have is like a sales process. We have to book calls coming in here. Once we've booked them into our calls, we sell them into a program. And we talk about having like a 1, 2, or 3 tier offer. We've got 2 tiers here, but what we're creating when we do a model like this is a feedback loop. So no matter where people go, they're still inside your universe, your community, your just where you're putting in your content, right? So you do your content machine, which you've got here. Then you can put them into your community, or you drive them into a call. Either way, they're in your community, right? And if they don't buy your offer, then you put them into your community. If they don't jump on a call, then they stay in your community. If they book a call, they could probably come through your community. So it's always just this feedback loop of always in your environment. Then we have to go, what's the model maths? So with the model maths, it's like there's different options, different ways of doing this, but here's a simple way of doing it. You come up with your 3-tier offer that you have here, you price it per year, you divide that up per week, per month, however you want to divide it. Then you can have a look at how much income you will make. Then you've got a rough idea of what the expenses will be. Then you can look at your profit margins. Pretty straightforward. Then we're defining our niche. This is what I was talking about earlier. So defining the niche, we go, okay, well, who was that person? Who was that person we were talking about, and how can we help them? If we can define that person, then we can build a content, and we can create good content that helps solve a problem, right? So if we have a look at that, okay, let's decide who your niche is, or we can figure out a niche if we don't have one. So we go, who's the niche that you want to work with? What are their problems? List 5 of their problems. Then we go, do they have the money? And we can just circle, okay, well, that one there, let's just say has all 3. That one doesn't have the money. That one, I can't fix the problem. And that one there, I don't know, something else, right? But then we go, okay, cool. There we have a niche with the problem, has the money, we can carry on. We have a successful niche. Now we have to identify what the problem is. So we look at this and go, well, what are the frustrations that they have with their health and wellness right now? And we can list out like 5 of those. And then we can go, well, where would they want to be? What's their desired situation? Where do they want to be? And we list those out. What are the fears? If they don't change what they're doing right now, where are they going to be in 2, 3, 4, 5 years? What are the fears? Now, once we've decided that, we go, well, what are the obstacles that's going to stop them from getting to their desired result? What's going to stop them? What's getting in their way? Then we go, okay, well, how can we achieve the desired result? How do we go from there to there? Yep. Then we've got, okay, so now we know what the problem is. We've understood the frustrations, desires, fears, obstacles, and how the problem, the solution to this problem is going to be your program, because that's what you're going to create. So we go, okay, well, now what's the problem? Once we've identified what the problem is, then we go, well, just what's the opposite of that? Invert it. Because the opposite of the problem is the solution, right? If we know the opposite of the problem, we have the solution. The solution is what your program. Simple. Then we go first 5 strategy. So to do that, we go, okay, well, who are some people that may be in our environment, or we know someone who knows some people, and we list out as many people as we possibly can come up with who may be a good fit. Then we can just simply reach out to these people with some basic scripting, where we kind of go, hey, I'm just putting the finishing touches on a program that's designed to help solution person with the solution. Is that something you might be interested in? And then if they're interested in, then you can just slowly move into a call to have a conversation, potentially offer your services. Simple. And that's a quick way of getting your first 5 clients. Then with the content machine, right? So let's say we've got our first 5 clients, we want to keep growing, and we want to do this all organic before we move to ads. We have a look at the content machine. The content machine goes like this. What are the problems that the person's having? What are they trying to get away from? What are they trying to get towards? Towards meaning they've got a wedding in 3 months' time. They're trying to get in shape for the wedding, away from, they're sick of waking up every single morning with back pain, and they want to get away from that. Towards, away. Pretty straightforward. Then we go, list all the things they're trying to get away from, list all the things they're trying to go towards, and then the ideal situation. What's the ideal situation? So when we're creating content, we simply just sit down and we go, I'm going to create content, video, long copy, short copy, that's explaining to people how to get away from this problem. Are you sick and tired of being here? Would you like to be here, away from, towards? Ideal. Then we just use a simple hook story offer. Hook, Are you sick and tired of being here? Story. When I first started working with XYZ client, they had this. Story. Offer. If you want to make a change coming into the new year, offer. Boom. Hook, story, offer. And you can just write like, here's 5 hooks. Here are a couple of stories that I can add in here. And here is my offer. And if you can come up with some good combinations, then you're creating good content. Then all we need is a process. Here's an organic process to know what we do each day, each week, each month, and we just follow a process. This is a process. The process isn't the problem. Executing on the problem is more likely what people are doing wrong. But if you're following a formula like this, then you're going to resonate with a specific type of person. So whatever process you use probably doesn't matter anymore. Okay, we'll just quickly go through here. Some scripting, making sure that you're using some scripting. Scripting is important because then you know what works and you know what doesn't. People don't like scripts, but I think people don't like sounding scripted. Don't sound scripted. Just follow a process to kind of go, I'm going to ask a question like this so then I can understand this. That's what scripting is. So we follow some form of scripting. And honestly, it's like, then we map out a program. We use Trello, and I've got a video that you can go, that'll link as well, that you can go through that so you can understand how we actually map out these programs, actually put them into a portal like I showed you earlier, like this. So how did you build these out? We usually start with like just a worksheet to get all our thoughts out, right? Then once we've got all our thoughts out, we put them into a system like this so we can move it around. We get real clear. Then we get our first 5 clients and we adjust and we go, okay, this worked, this didn't, this could be better, this couldn't. Then from there we go, here's our program that we've created, and then we just follow it pretty much right through. So if you have any questions or you want access to this, let me know. We've got all these trainings inside the portal as well, where you can get access to that. If you're a coach or a trainer and you find this valuable, we make videos like this every single week designed to help coaches and trainers stay in the industry for the long term.